Hey everyone, I hope you all have a good day. And the subject of the day is decolonizing my mind as a black autistic woman. The reason I thought about this subject is the view I used to think is what wrong, or the society what they want me to think is normal. And it just for a long time as it to now, like people do not want to do the inner work of working their internalized biases, like racism, sexism, ableism, and so much more. And it is so much that came normalized in our culture, in our country alone, or in the society, except that you cannot be this, you cannot be that, and you like this, you not part of the community, whatever. And it just felt like all the shit I used to thought, it's like, damn, they teach me this, and now I'm grown up now, and I realize this is not normal. Like, basically, like, growing up, like, basically, if you are a marginalized person, you basically think that if, quote, you're a black person, it's better to think, act like a white person, or trying to perceived and be respected and you change your way of who you are as a black person or a person of color or being a woman. Please a man, as they said, and they get treated like crap on who know what. Or you have a disability, you put to suppress your ways and trying to make yourself less disabled and try to be more able-bodied person. Or you put it like men or women only, not loving the same sex or have multiple gender or you had to be assigned at your birth and all that kind of nonsense. And we'll talk about religion and capitalism, classism. If you wish you don't think about the poor people who have struggled and all this stuff. And then find out that education kind of failed you too, thinking like everybody equal, all this stuff, and then find out it's a hell no. So it's just a lot. And using me for example, especially me growing up, you don't know better. You're taught at a very young age that you gotta be this and that in order to please others, and which is not fair. But at a young age, you had to do what you're told, right? For me, I always keep hearing that, especially if you're a marginalized person, that you had to fit this such a standard or decided in order to feel accepted and welcome. If you live outside the box of what society wants, you deem seem as you undesirable, you a liability, or whatever may case be. And I think like in the side itself, like they want people to assume like this way is the right way to live. And which is not. Finding in reality it's not. And sadly, majority of us probably some form have been brainwashed about civic history related to racism, sexism, ableism, all kinds of stuff going on. What we start to believe, which is to create biases and stereotype and systematic oppression and all this stuff going on. And just when people do not work on their biases, they will continue to perpetuate the system always oppress them. And just I just don't think it ain't fair. Like we had probably the majority have been colonized or forced to believe this is the way of living, and it's not the case. Like basically, like how certain Muslim group have been facing society to fit in the society that do not accept them, cause who they love, or they have a disability, or the color of their skin, gender, religion. It's like it seems like the standard wants you to assimilate to the culture or the standard they want you to be in, and it's not fair. Like it's not fair. Or you trying to challenge it, the what always the issue within that community. They gaslight you. They say you don't know what you're talking about. All this stuff going on. Like I've been seeing a lot lately. Especially with people on the internet. Like they say oh, you don't know what you're talking about as an autistic person. Cause I'm the parent or the educator, know what I'm talking about. You're not autistic, blah 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 that. Even they claim to support to the autistic community or autistic community. They're really not. If they had not worked on their damn biases, which is internalized ableism, they could continue perpetuating the misinformation and the harm to the community that they're supporting of. And I feel like it getting so much BS. Like I've noticed like in the past few damn days, like especially with my community, especially with black community, like the cisgender men, cisgender black men don't want to check they say about how they perpetuate sexual misogyny and other issues within the community, which I'm part of, which I'm freaking agree. Like, how the hell you put to support everybody, then you don't want to work on your biases and how you perpetuate the system that always oppress us and how we learn all this shit from the people who oppress us. And we carry that same oppression to our community, and that's why our community, what the fuck way it is, F up. And probably the same go to the other minority group, racial minority group the same damn way, same shit, probably same way. Cause even though we have been oppressed by the same people, but then we fight each other instead of fighting to the person who caused our community so much trauma to begin with, due to colonization and assimilation, and trying to get rid of our culture, who we are, so we don't challenge the system that always oppress us. And sadly, some of us have assimilate to the dominant culture. They believe what they believe and think it's the right way of living, and probably put the same perpetuation to our community, and that's why our community is like what it is. Same go other minority group. Like I seen with black autistic black women train, the majority who are the face of the movement, of the feminist movement or the women movement, was so pissed off that you ain't included. We all women, right? But then they keep failing to realize the intersectionality of every damn thing. Like, I swear, like, every community that I'm part of, do not think about the intersectionality of every fucking thing. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on. It's that they're always missing one thing with the intersectionality. And not everybody have one identity. People have multiple identity other than, for example, black, being a woman, being disabled, blah, blah, blah. Because everything is so fucking one-sided. When you try to explain, like, when you talk about ableism, when you talk about racism, what community you're part of, they get silent. Oh, I don't discriminate. Bitch, you do. And you taught by people in your life to think that disabled people, BIPOC, women, is something way you can create stereotype and bias and perpetuate for your own life and continue with the depression that always make you think this is the right way of thinking and not challenging it. I felt like we live in the fucking matrix. We don't challenge the quote how the society wanted to think, or the society wanted to think, or the country wanted to think about certain issue. So it let shit go under the rug and don't talk about it. And that's why dating is what it is. And I used to think that but especially with education, the people in my life, that especially with my marginalization, me being a black woman, you probably be a certain way. Don't do not show out, don't do this, don't do that because you're a woman. Then also, due to the stereotype of being a black woman or being a little black girl, people always stereotype you anyway because who you are, being over sexualized, being adultified, and all this shit. We trying to like mimic so people make us likable, but then we get treated like shit anyway, and expect us to be a superwoman all the fucking time. Then they get disrespected to left or right. When we try to speak our mind, we get shut down. Or speak of the issue we'll be facing. It could be why I'm in therapy now because of all that shit. And then, of course, the community that was a part of, the black community, they always, oh my God, use the church as excuse to promote homophobic shit. And then keep feeling the realize that some people in their community are also a part of the LGBT community and they push them away due to religion, what the Bible say. Bible say, Bible say, love thy neighbor, but do not promote hate. And that what, see, that would be pissing me off by the church, even though I was a Christian myself. Don't say the same breath. You love people, but do not like certain group of people. Just say you don't like certain group of people and fucking keep it moving. Like, that won't like. Keep it weird with your fucking self. That mean that's why people don't go to church today because y'all a fucking hypocrite. And I'm sorry. Some Christians are fucking hypocrite. Even though I was part of the community, I'm a Christian, but I don't think I believe in that shit no more. Cause don't say you love people, then say in the same breath you don't like some group of people cause who they are. That's some bullshit. Say to our face you don't like some group of people and keep it moving. Same with the LGBT community. Like sometimes the people of the movement had get certain privilege because they quote white and all this privilege along with the two, and why they get certain privilege over people. Same with the disabled people, or within the disabled community, like autistic community, neurodivergent, whatever type of disability you have, they have a fucking hierarchy. I swear, every community I part of had a fucking hierarchy. Who go be feel represented and who not. That would be pissing me off. Like, I felt like no matter like how much I want to be feel represented in my own community, it's always the damn people who at the top don't want to work on their biases. Like, this is some bullshit. Like, don't like tell me you love me and want to say you include me and then you don't work on your biases. Like, this is some bullshit. Like, thinking me all my life thinking this is fucking okay growing up. Like, you don't talk about yourself how you experience sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, or just say you love me, but you don't accept who I am, or my opinion, how I believe. I felt like everybody being failed left to right, the rich folk, the poor folk, BIPOC, women, hell, we fail every damn body. That's why every community is fucking traumatized this bitch or has some kind of issue because due to what side they wanted to believe what is normal. And I used to believe what is normal to be less disabled, be more everybody. To pretend you don't have a disability or trying to overwork yourself. Or being a black person, you had to mimic your quote ways or make sure you be likable by white peers. So you'll be out ghetto and all that bullshit and all that damn stuff. Being a woman, make sure you don't make sure you don't show you clear it out. Don't wear provocative dress and make just so men think that you want attention, you want sex and all this shit. It's like all this shit I used to be hearing growing up. I used to believe that shit. Now I know now I'm not the problem. It's the damn society. It's the society that we live in, which is very screwed up with fucked up people in it who don't want to work at their bodies, and which is too much. Like, how you say you support everybody in our community and you don't want to work on your bodies? This is some bull. This is some bull, and they know it. And sadly, we probably never get to a point that we need to include everybody in our community. But I felt like each community had their own problem, and I don't think they ever considered the intersectionality part of it. Like, I don't think they ever consider how intersectionality will affect every group of members within the community due to all the oppression going on around the world. Like, they don't think about that. Because everything is one fucking sided. Everything one sided. If you're a person who is marginalized, you sit within minority, then a minority, then a minority. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, how you say you support everybody in your fucking community and you got all this bias in your soul and your mindset that it's okay. I don't think it's okay. So that's why I thought, baby, with me growing up, I thought to decolonize my mind to the thing that I used to thought is okay, which is not okay. Now, as a disabled person, I'm not the problem. It's the people around me who got unresolved internalized ableism they need to work on. They think that, oh, you need to get rid of your disability to make sure that you could overcome your disability and all kinds of stereotypes go along with the stigma of my disability. And then me thinking, as a black person, you think I'm not the black people. Try to mirror my ways of thinking. But then I should never do it to myself. I used to think that, and I used to think that, act white, it equal be accepted. Or we perpetuate the stereotype to other black folks. It's a lot. Or being a woman, I'm not that chick because you had sex with multiple partners, but then find out men can do it, had different women did, different women did, but when a woman do it, she the damn a hoe. Double standard is a bitch. Like, it's women can't do this, men can't do that. Men can't do what the hell they want to do. When the women do the same simple shit what they fucking do, or they deem a hoe and this and this, that. You can't make a hoe to the wife and all that bullshit. Yeah, all that fucked up stereotyping, double standard, and all this shit. Like, I had to unlearn all that bias too, especially to other minority groups too. Like, why I used to think about Asian people, Latino people, indigenous people. If I be honest with myself, I thought indigenous people are gone. That was a lie. I used to think that. No, I don't. Because I do the work and not to perpetuate the stereotype and bias against a group of people. I do the same thing, me, as a woman, decolonize my mind to what the standard what a woman is. So I am the woman I am. There's no white way of being a woman. Ain't no white way to being black. Ain't no white way to be disabled. I learned to decolonize my mind and work on my biases and my internal like racism, sexism, and ableism and homophobia along the way because I didn't know better then. But I felt like the problem is now that people keep perpetuating the biases that have been passed down from generation to generation. And I feel like people are not ready to confront their own biases. And that's why all this oppression continue like this, because people don't want to work on their biases. Like, nobody want to work on their biases. Nobody. And it's sad. It's sad that no one want to work on their biases. And I think everybody need to do the work of not to be an asshole. We need to work our biases to ensure that our community will not continue to be hurt due to all the oppression and biases and stereotypes and the stigma. We need to do the work and do fucking better. If we don't, we gonna keep let this systematic oppression continue. And that wasn't shit never could be done because people don't want to do the work. Just like the other day, this guy from the governor of Florida, they said, quote, African study and not, don't provide evidence that educational or some kind of nonsense. Then, further realize he has some kind of bias and showing his anti-blackness because he don't want to do the inner work to work on his bias and continue to let oppression continue. All this nonsense. And also with his anti-LGBT law and shit, which is too damn much. Cause I swear, we put people in office or wherever it may be who have unresolved biases, will continue to hurt marginalized community forever. We need to do a good job picking the right people who are willing to do the work to work on their biases. If we don't, we continue to oppress. We will continue to let oppression continue like this. And that's all I gotta say about that. I hope everyone have a good day. And also, lastly, I have a Patreon, and if you want to talk about it on my Patreon, talk about it. And you will see the bio in my link, in my bio section. You would go to my link tree, and you will see a Patreon account. You go straight to it, and let's talk about it. Live discussion, things like that. And you want to talk about it with me, I have no problem. I'll be talking about intersectionality, autism race, and other issues as well. And to unlearn our biases. Because, baby, I'm tired of people with biases this year. Like, we need to stop with the all discrimination and biases in this year and year afterward. Because we ain't time for the bullshit. Period. And I hope everyone have a good day. Bye, y'all.